Alright, Bismillah. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wa aqibatu lil muttaqeen. Wa salli wa sallam ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajmeen. Inshallah, we're going to make a demonstration of the wudu, the how to make the ablution according to the sunnah of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So first, we're just going to talk about what are the steps, and then we're going to demonstrate the steps, inshallah, with Allah's permission. So the wudu, the ablution, as we know, this is something that is mandatory in order to have before making your salat, any of your prayers. And it's also mustahab, which is preferred to always keep wudu, just always stay in a state of wudu. So when you break, if your wudu is broken, then to make it, even if you're not about to pray, but to make it anyway. And we know this also from what's allowable from the sunnah, the tradition, that one of the things that Bilal, that he was ahead of the game for, was that whenever he made wudu, he would make 2 rakats. He would pray with that. So this is also allowable to do. So if you make wudu and you want to make 2 rakatan, 2 units of prayer for doing so, this is also a good tradition to do. So the wudu, the ablution, is to begin by first knowing what it is that we're doing, because we're going to be washing specific parts of the body. Okay? Now, the reason why we have to know what we're doing, we have to have the right intention, the right niyyah to what are we doing? Because maybe perhaps I might just go and wash my hands, might wash my face, wipe my feet, but I did not have the intention to do so, that I'm pure for myself, so that when I make make prayer, right? Maybe it was hot outside and I was maybe dusty and I just want to refresh myself, right? So that was not my intention, was to refresh myself, not to make wudu. So you have to have the correct intention about why you're doing what you're doing. As in everything that we do in Islam, have the intention. And the intention, again, it's not something that you have to say on your tongue, but it's in your heart, in your mind, so you know what you're doing. So there's not a person that does something, right, except for they have a reason. They know why they're doing what they're doing. So you have to have the intention. Then you start off by saying Bismillah, or Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, if you like. And then what you would do is you would wash your hands. And it is preferable to wash your hands, 3 times. So washing your hands 3 times. Okay? And then what you would do is take water and you would take it into your mouth and inhale into your nose at the same time. So some people, they have a difficulty doing this. So so learning how to do it at the same time and rinse it out and blow it out with your left hand. This is the way to do it. But if it's difficult for you to do it, you can take the water into the mouth and rinse your mouth out, and then take some into your nose and then clean your nose out. So this is to be done 3 times. And then after that, you will wash your entire face. So the face is from what would be what we call our hairline, and for those of us that still have them, right, and where they used to be, right. So it's the hairline all the way to your where your ear begins, here, and down your chin. So that is considered your face, right? So one of the mistakes that you see people do at times, they'll take water and they just go like this. They just wash right here, but they did not cover their entire face. So that means their wudu is not complete. You have to wash your whole face, right? And from the sunnah for the man who has the lihya, and this is why it's a good thing to grow your beard, so you can do this sunnah to go through your beard. So this is for the men, to grow your beard, okay? All right, so for those who Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed with the ability to grow a beard, then do so. As this is also something that Muslim men do. As the Prophet ﷺ, he said, I was commanded to grow my beard and to trim my mustache. So I was commanded to grow my beard and to trim my mustache. So those who shave their beard without any valid excuse, this is a huge wrong, because rather this is a command that we have to grow the beards if Allah has given you the ability to do so, and trim the mustache, and not the opposite, grow a big mustache and shave your face. So this concept of clean shaven face, this is not the correct position in Islam. This is the opposite. Whether the sunnah or the sunnah of the prophets and messengers were that they grew beards. If we know of all prophets and messengers and you know the history and you read about them, they had beards. It is the sunnah tradition of men to have beards, not to have a clean shaven face. But if Allah has not blessed you with that, then you also be thankful for what Allah has given you, even if it's just one hair. Alhamdulillah. طيب. So you will wash through the beard for the men. And then after that, you would take water again and you will wash your hand all the way up to your elbows. So including the elbows. So make sure that you wash all the way up to the elbow. And this is what includes the elbow. So you don't stop at the elbow, but you go all the way that the elbow is also washed. Okay, so that's the right, and then you do the same with the left, and you do that 3 times, taking water 3 times. And then after that, you will take some water and you would wipe over your hair to the neck of the nape of your neck and bring it back. Okay, so even if you have long hair, okay, because there are men and of course there are also women that have hair that's gonna come below and longer than the shoulders. So the question is, does she go, if you have long hair, do you go all the way back to wherever your hair stopped? No, you will still wipe your head to where your nape of your neck would be, and then you would bring it back. And along with that, you would wipe the inside and outside area of your ears. Okay? And then after that, the last part that you do is your feet. So you will wash your feet, okay, all the way up to the ankles. So that's including the ankles, past your ankle bone, not your heel, but the ankle bone has to be covered as well. All right, so washing the right foot and washing the left foot all the way to the ankles have to be covered, inshallah. Right? So now, are there any questions with regard to that so far? Anyone? No. Khair, inshallah. So we'll do what's called this example, inshallah. We'll do. Try to see. Yeah. Okay. Well, since I have my socks on, I'm going to keep my socks on. All right, because this is also another sunnah that we do. It's called masu khufain, that you wipe over your socks. Okay, so wiping over the socks. Okay, you must first have your wudu before you're able to do this. Okay, so I guess the best thing that you do is that in the morning when you waking up for Fajr, you make your wudu, and then once you place your socks on, now throughout the rest of the day, okay, throughout the rest of the day, instead of taking your socks off again, you just wipe what's called the top of your socks. You wipe the top of your socks only, not the bottom, just the top. So you just take some water and wipe the top. And because I have mine on, I'll keep them on, inshallah. Right? So again, you start with saying, having the attention, and you say Bismillah. And so we're going to just use a little bit of water, inshallah. Can you bring me that table right there? And you will wash your hands. Okay. So you can see that the amount of water that people use at times, unfortunately, waste. Okay. You can see my hands are completely washed. All right. So this is another thing that we have to be conscious of, because a lot of people, they cut the water on, and water's on full blast, running, wasting the water. All right, and this is the big wrong. In Islam, we do not waste. We do not waste. Okay, so to just let all that water